Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The Darkmoon Faire meta is coming to a close, and I took Galakrond Warlock out for a final spin, and I had a pretty good time playing with this deck. Galakrond Warlock, like all other slow Warlock deck nowadays, is a Tikatus deck, so you have Tikatus, so you remove cards from your opponent's deck, and you have Yashuraj, so that you can do that again. But Galakrond Warlock does differ from other like quest and pure control approaches a little bit because of the Galakrond synergy cards and Galakrond the Wretched itself. Because of all those Galakrond synergy cards, all those minions, you actually have some ways to apply pressure, and then once you have invoked your Galakrond, and it's going to summon 4 random demons and give you a weapon, so you actually have some tools to apply pressure, even if you don't always go for the Tikatus plan. I chose to play with a couple of tech cards, Acidic Swampus, Ogremancer. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of those rogues. But these 2 cards are tech cards, so you might go with something else depending on what you happen to need. One more upside of playing Galakrond Warlock instead of other slow Warlock decks is Plague of Flames. You have that ability to get a lot of minions on the board, because every time you play a minion that invokes Galakrond, that gives you 2 1/1s, and then if you become Galakrond, then you can just hero power 2 1/1s on the board. So with Plague of Flames, you can destroy really big minions, and you can destroy them very early in the game. So Galakrond Warlock has one of the best responses to stuff like an early Edwin or stuff like Questing Adventurers. Because when you're expecting something like that, you often hold back like one of the invoke minions, maybe something like a Devoted Maniac for example. Then when that hits the board, then you play the invoke minion and you play Plague of Flames, you can destroy multiple minions at once. And in a meta where some big minions are summoned very early in the game, this ability is priceless. As for the mulligans with this deck, your basic mulligan is Spirit Jailer, Armor Vendor, Dragonblight Cultist. This gives you some minions on the board to fight for the board, this gives you some opportunities to apply pressure as well. These are what you're looking for if you don't know specifically what else you would need. Then of course, if you're up against some deck that has weapons, you want to hold on to your Acidic Swampus. If you know that you're going to face a Stealth Rogue or something, Dark Skies, School Spirits can be really useful, get rid of those stealth minions, get rid of other early token boards. And if you're expecting some big minions early, then even holding a Plague of Flames can be useful. But all of those require some idea of what your opponent is playing, and if you don't have that, then you fall back to this Spirit Jailer, Armor Vendor, Dragonblight Cultist. Now, let's go take a look at Galakrond Warlock in action, and if you enjoy this content, please like this video and check out my Twitch channel, where I live stream Hearthstone. Most likely going to be a 2 Warlock. Might be able to keep the early minions. Let's see what happens. This is actually not a 2 Warlock. Okay. Well, then these cards are not useful. Well, that sucks. But now we're just working on finding Tikatus then. Let's see if we can find it. They kept everything, which is kind of scary. But we'll see. I mean, now it all just depends who draws Tikatus and who destroys what with Tikatus. That's the only thing that matters right now. They probably still have Tikatus in that deck too, right? It's hard to think that Khotun would be the only win condition, although it is possible. I want to get a couple of invokes going here. Frees up a little bit of hand space to keep drawing.
Of course it's the right way.
I found a target for a Soul Shear. That's sweet. Didn't think I would be able to use that. I need to work towards the Tikatus. Dragonblight Cultist probably not going to survive. So I think we're just going to Soul Shear there. And use these to go face. Alright, Body of Khotun. How about that?
I will break your body.
Shield. But what I'd really need is the Tikatus. That's the thing. 8 cards in hand, so I can afford to tap a little. I could use a School Spirits. They don't have a ton of small minions. I can trade these in School Spirits. Now I can also just play the Devoted Maniac. That's fine too. Now of course need to do a lot of trading into that, but that's acceptable. The problem is that this deck doesn't have a way to tutor for Tikatus. There's no sense demons in this deck. And with no way to tutor for Tikatus, that can be a problem. 9 cards in hand, so I can tap again to go to 10 cards in hand, right? Yes, I can. I could trade these in Dark Skies. Alternatively, I could do a Plague of Flames now. And then develop some more minions. I think that's fine too. Let's just Plague those away. Develop some more minions. Makes more space in hand, so that I can tap more. At some point, there's going to be the problem that if Tikatus is at the very bottom, it's not really going to help me anymore. But I don't really see that I would have a way to actually kill them. Two Cthulhu pieces found and used, okay. I'm going to use some card on that. Or maybe not. Just a bit of plot twisting. I need a Tikatus and then I need a card that will help me corrupt it. Well, I have a Twisting Nether, so I can already corrupt Tikatus as soon as I find it. There is the option for me to try to push harder with the Galakrond here. What are the odds that they have a Twisting Nether? The odds are pretty good for them. I will lose my ability to tap if I play Galakrond. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it right now. They probably have weapon removal in that deck too. They should always have the cards to remove this board, of course. 18 cards in my deck, 4 of them are soul fragments, so 14 cards there. No Tikatus found. Ah, perfect. Perfect, that one. Okay. I do need to kill that. 9 cards in hand. I can't get rid of enough cards to activate the Worshipper. No, that I cannot do. I need to play 3 cards this turn, and I just don't have the mana. But now that I have the Worshipper, I might be able to just play Galakrond and try to go for some pressure with that. Yes, I believe that is now an option. Didn't manage to pick up anything good though. That's unfortunate. Would have loved to pick up something good. But like here's the... They're least likely now to be able to clear the board and remove my weapon. So I get to do a little bit more damage. That gives them some Aranazi Broodmothers most likely though. So they get some healing. Yep, 2 Broodmothers. And the enhanced hero power. And now something like a Dark Skies or even like a Heart of Cthulhu. Works because I only got small demons. Very, very low roll that one. 9 cards in hand. But this time I can play 3 cards. Because I can start with the Armor Vendor. Any other 1-cost card that I could play. Well, Spirit Jailer, I guess. 8 cards, 7 cards. 8 cards in hand. 7 cards in hand, going up to 10 cards in hand. If I draw a Spirit Jailer, I can play that. I don't, so I will have to play an Armor Vendor here. And hit some face, but... There are only 9 real cards left in my deck, and Tikatus is one of them. That's obviously a very, very sad thing. Because this is all about finding Tikatus. At this point it is possible that I can no longer win even with the Tikatus. At this point it is completely possible that even with the Tikatus I can no longer win, because the opponent will have so many things. Random secret. That's tough. Uncorrupted Cascading Disaster. That's tough, of course. Oh, that was a pretty good roll. I'll be able to check for counterspell thanks to this one. But once I spend my Twisting Nether, it will be so difficult for me to... Can I get rid of these with Dark Skies? Maybe. So no counterspell and no spell when... There was a Netherwind portal. Okay. Then go with some School Spirits. And then we go with some Dark Skies for 8 damage. Is that enough? Might have to go with School Spirits again. And Hero Power. That leaves them with 14 power on the board. I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm more concerned that I just cannot draw Tikatus. And I mean, it is one weakness of this specific deck. If you can't find your Tikatus, then I guess you don't really have a win condition against slow decks. Still no Tikatus. Also no cards to corrupt the Cascading Disaster. That's tough. If they have more pressure next turn, I have to kill those and get the Veiled Worshipper out there. Alright, can I now please draw my Tikatus? Apparently I cannot. Or maybe I can. Okay, I found the Tikatus. I have only 4 real cards left in my deck, whereas my opponent has 13. So even destroying 10 cards puts us only on an even footing. If I top deck Sociologist, I could play that next turn to corrupt Tikatus instead of playing the Twisting Nether. They have now fully completed their Cthulhu as well. Well, that's awkward now, isn't it? Very, very awkward. I mean, I'm super favored against that deck, if they don't even run Tikatus, but hey. My Tikatus is in the bottom 5 cards. That is the worst case scenario. I will have to play the Twisting Nether now, because I have to get the Tikatus corrupted. I can play Armor Vendor and Spirit Jailer, which will put enough health on this board so that I don't die if they have their Cthulhu and they play that. But it will get uncomfortably close. We don't know if they even have the Cthulhu there. I have only 3 real cards left in the deck. Okay. I will have to corrupt the Cascading Disaster and then 3 of these will die. Can we get the Kutoon? We get the Kutoon. Kutoon is gone. Other than that, we didn't hit anything important. Okay. They have 5 cards left. They could tap and then they will only miss 4 cards. Because I probably will have to get my... Tikatus again next turn. And destroy their remaining cards. And I hope that I don't draw my soul fragments. 6 cards in my hand. Need to destroy their remaining cards here. We actually won with Tikatus as my 6th last card. Let's see. I felt keeping also the Ashrash was too greedy. And this doesn't tell me anything. They can still beat Zoo. Let's do the same move. They can still beat Zoo or they can be control. No way to tell from that. If they're tapping now, there's some kind of control deck. Would a Zoo deck tap at 2? It's really hard to see them tapping at 2. Not hit into that one. Get minions to 2 health. It's probably 2 if they have a can retard. Yep, it's 2. Okay. Will I be able to do some school spirits things? They would have to have... They'll have to have a buff now. Okay, if they don't have a buff here... That's still not too bad. I get rid of most of these with the school spirits. Sure, they get to keep Kenrita and then they get to keep Darkglare. But they're down to 1 card in hand. Alright. 2 Darkglares is a little scary. That's a lot of mana. Let's see. They're not going to play Paralytic Poison. They're going to play the 4 mana minion instead. There's no way they're playing Paralytic Poison. Let's just do the shield here. It corrupts the Cascading Disaster. I want to corrupt that. I still have access to Devoted Maniac plus Plague of Flames. Let's see. Sharpening Sword Rebels Paralytic Poison is good. No, it's still not good. Alright, and here we get to do the Devoted Maniac Plague of Flames. So everything is working perfectly. I want to do that rather than do the Cascading Disaster, right? Because if I lose the Cascading Disaster again, that would mean that the Flesh Giant lives. And then I could lose the game. That went into Plague of Flames. Alright. Getting rid of the first giant. That's good. If they find any race deaths, there are some interesting minions in the pool. Hand of Cooldown is also a great pickup. I could kill these and draw 3 cards. I'm definitely interested in that possibility. And I want to draw the cards before I put soul fragments into the deck. Yes.
Yes, I will destroy them.
Because of the possibility that I find Militia. Drawing my existing soul fragments, that's bad. But this is not the worst thing. 3 soul fragments in the deck. Militia available for next turn. 3/3/3 souls with rush if I don't top deck another soul fragment now. I just drew 2. Actually the boat that I had in the deck by that point. If they don't populate the board sufficiently, I also have a Cascading Disaster here. Do they have the second Flesh Giant? I don't top deck the card that I didn't want. There's... yeah, that's a Militia. Okay, this is going really well now. Go straight that one kills that one. Alright. We get bored. Cascading Disaster fully corrupted. Tikatus corrupted. Everything's looking beautiful. Even if they manage to pick up some giants, I should be in a fine position to answer. So they probably have a broomstick there. I'm expecting to see a broom. I don't see a broom. That's weird. That's 8 damage. I don't have any more damage here. So I can't actually kill them right now. I can remove almost everything. I could remove everything if I used the Devoted Maniac. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. I can remove everything and I can push 5. Empty hand, empty board. Agnerod, gifted a sub. Hey, thanks Agnerod. Dominople, welcome to the god. They're still alive. Any cards in... is there a card in my deck that kills them? There is not. I guess we'll just soul share that one. Destroy some cards from their deck and hit them in the face. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.